If you win Prague, can we expect to see you at the Olympia again?
Yes. What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Chris Bumstead and his latest physique update, just a few days out of his men's open bodybuilding debut at Prague. But most importantly, him appearing on the Real Bodybuilding podcast to talk about this show and the general stuff. Now as far as this hypothetical question is concerned, now what will Cbum do if he wins in Prague? Because that will simply mean there are only 3 guys in the entire bodybuilding world who can actually beat Cbum, who are good enough to place ahead of him. And will he do the Olympia in the men's open bodybuilding next year?
Who knows?
Okay, so it's not a definite no.
I don't know.
All right. I like you got to leave hope for everybody. I like that.
But Cbum was once again very realistic on his approach and attested to the fact that he just do not believe that he can beat a guy like Martin-Fitzwater. Now, if the champ himself, he doesn't believe in this kind of results, then all these hypotheticals, they just do not mean anything.
I mean, I can speculate, I guess, or say like, I don't think I'm going to beat Martin, honestly.
Okay.
I would be shocked if I did. I don't know what I'm going to look like next to him, honestly. I would like to beat Sean, for sure. You know, maybe it's an ego thing, like I weigh
You're like,
180.
Maybe it's an ego thing.
I weigh 70 pounds more than him. It's like, clearly,
Yeah.
I would like to beat someone I'm 70 pounds heavier than.
But Chris did mention Horse MD, and the fact that all of his fans, they were comparing Horse's physique to Chris Bumstead when Horse MD first came onto the scene, and he made this announcement that he's gonna be making his pro debut in classic physique. But unfortunately, that did not happen because Horse MD was just way too big for classic physique at that time. So this will be a good matchup, a good battle at this year's Prague.
And you know, some of the other guys, I don't know. You know, that Horse guy is someone
Yeah.
people have compared to me a lot.
Yeah.
And he was going to do Classic, and everyone was like, he's going to be the guy to beat Chris in Classic. But he was like 15 pounds over his stage weight. So clearly he's much bigger than me.
Right.
Got a good physique, you know.
So it is great to see Chris Bumstead keeping things under the wraps on whether he will ever come back to the men's open bodybuilding stage if he gets a special invite. Now, we all know Kai Green was handed a special invite multiple times, and he kept on playing with his fans by giving them this hope that he will eventually gonna make his comeback to Miss Olympia stage. Honestly, the most annoying thing about Kai Green and his comeback was that he never ever gave his fans a clear-cut answer. Now, Cbum did quote this whole Kai Green joke here. At the same time, him mentioning about his future weight simply means that he has plans to downsize a bit after he's done with this year's Prague Pro.
Whether or not I know the answer in my mind, I'm going to say, I don't know. And every year, I'm going to be like, should I get the special invite this year? And tease it out there and get people fired up for no reason, you know?
he's gonna pull the Kai Green.
Kai Green
fucking-
special.
Yeah, the Kai Green.
Yeah, I'll be Kai Green for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Except I'll be 220 pounds, so.
Yeah.
So how big will Chris Bumstead be for this upcoming Prague? I think he will only be a bit fuller. And the best case scenario for Chris Bumstead, that will be that he maintains all his dryness and detail, while at the same time coming fuller and big as a house. Now, I don't think he can beat Martin-Fitzwater, because if he does, that will be the biggest shocker to the whole bodybuilding world, and even for Chris Bumstead himself. If the legend Jay Cutler himself is giving a shout out to Elliot and calling him one of the best looking amateur physique, then I think we all have to agree Elliot is something special because Jay has seen a lot of great bodybuilders over years and years. But Elliot is a different breed. So the man just won the NPC Monster Classic overall, and we got to see all those insane kitchen pictures. They translated so well on the stage. And I must say the man looked absolutely amazing on the stage as well. And the scary part is that this wasn't even close to his final package that he's gonna bring to the NPC Nationals in a little more than 4 weeks' time, where the man will try to earn his pro card. Now, what we have seen from Elliot in this past weekend, Elliot should get his IFB Pro status at this year's NPC Nationals, and that will mark the start of a great pro career. That chest on Elliot, that is absolutely ridiculous. He has got an impressive overall V-taper as well. Now, he's a short guy, so it will be interesting to see how much muscle can he pack on that frame. Because for a guy who is short, there is always that risk of getting blocked here, of blowing out the waistline. Because we saw the same thing happen to William Bonac over the years. So Elliot indeed is a very special talent, and we just cannot wait to see his final form at this year's NPC Nationals. Next up, we have the recent physique update of Mike Sommerfeld. So he has gotten right back to the business of bodybuilding, trying to make every session count, and ultimately chasing that dream of becoming the fourth only man in classic physique division to be crowned Miss Olympia. I mean, just take a look at the size of his quads, just 4 weeks after this year's Miss Olympia, where he placed second behind Chris Bumstead. Now, most of us were really shocked to hear this, that even after him putting on 12 pounds of solid muscle from last year to this year, he still has a few more pounds before he maxes out his weight cap. And that simply means one thing. He is probably gonna look a lot more impressive and more mature than the physique that we saw at this year's Miss Olympia the next time he steps on stage. So Mike had very humble beginnings, just like most other IFB pros, where they are really broke at the start of their professional careers. But him placing second behind Chris Bumstead, that will definitely make his coaching business flourish. So Mike will do this 2025 Olympia prep with a lot of ease, especially in comparison to the past. But he will certainly have the added pressure, because as of right now, he's the guy whom everyone is chasing. So credit must be given to his coach, Neil Hill, as well. Mike's physique has truly transformed under Neil's coaching from 2022 to this year. They just had one rough year, which was last year, but Mike just bounced back stronger than ever, and he was able to beat everyone, including Urs, Ramon, Wesley, Brion, and so many others, except for Chris Bumstead. Watching the 2023 Miss Olympia champion, Derek Lesford, posting these 2.5 weeks out physique updates from this past Miss Olympia, that really shows you how Derek was able to improve so much, especially in his shoulders, which was considered one of his biggest weaknesses when he won back in 2023. So I'm not gonna lie, it must have been so hard for Derek to not being able to successfully defend the Olympia title this year, because he did everything he was supposed to do. His chest became bigger and fuller, his delts were more detailed, and they also had more roundness to them as well. But in doing that, his lower half just did not catch up as fast as his upper body. So the man is taking the much needed break and rest from social media and spending all his time with his family and his friends. And that's very well needed, because he was grinding so damn hard for months and months to prep for this year's Miss Olympia. So does he jump into this upcoming Arnold and show us a different package, or does he solely focus on getting back to the Olympia stage and getting back his Olympia title? So Derek won the Olympia at a very young age, at the age of 30, so he has plenty of time to thrive in bodybuilding. Now, as a former Miss Olympia, he is qualified for life, so he doesn't have to worry about that. But do let me know what you guys think. Should he do this upcoming Arnold? Next up, we have an update from the mutant, Nick Walker, who did a great leg workout and showcased how the quads are looking at this point in the off-season. So Nick seems extremely satisfied with how things are looking at the moment and how he has been progressing in the gym. So what do the fans want to see from Nick Walker next year? Well, we want to see him compete more often in multiple shows before the Olympia next year, just like he did back in 2021 when he won the New York Pro and absolutely dominated the Arnold Classic, and he won that title as well. So Nick Walker doesn't really need any more size. He is currently the biggest freak in the men's open bodybuilding, and the feedback that was given to him after his last show, the New York Pro, was that to watch out his waistline, because as per the judges, his quads did look improved. So how will the mutant Nick Walker will do at the Olympia next year? Well, we can speculate all we want, but we have to wait and see him at least do one prep with his new coach, because this is certainly gonna be challenging. And how do we know that his body is responding well this time? Because him pulling out of this year's Miss Olympia, that had nothing to do with his health. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.